Greetings everybody, this is Gaia Earth Goddess. I'm coming back with another video, and I'm just here to talk about something that people have been talking about a lot online. And when I see this topic, it's baffling to me how women, after thousands of years of development and being a part of civilization and being around men, have not figured this out. And it's really baffling. But it's the whole thing with the trad wife trend, and there's a lot of women that are on YouTube and TikTok who are trad wives, which I like, who have this traditional lifestyle with their mate, who do not work but yet do the housework, cook and clean, and take care of their children. They're stay-at-home moms or stay-at-home wives, and the men do all the work. And then there's this opposition where you have women who live that trad wife lifestyle. Their husbands cheated and left them, or in some cases, their husbands have died, but in a lot of these cases, the husbands found someone younger after like 30, 40 years of marriage and left them, and they were left with nothing. And their whole stance is, well, have your own, make your own money, because if you depend on a man for everything, one day he will leave you and you'll be stuck high and dry with nothing. And it's a lot of bitterness that I see from the opposition. And these women, they get on there, they call themselves warning women about, you know, that type of lifestyle and how they shouldn't be like that. But to me, it looks like they're just spreading bitterness from their own personal experiences. And it's just baffling to me, because people have to realize the nature of men and women. This boils down to the fact that we in society do not take the time to learn the nature of one another. We're not doing that. The nature of a man is to spread his seed and have a legacy. Tribes and large families, legacies are started by men. Okay, historically, a tribe was started by the men of the tribe. The reason being is because men can reproduce at a faster rate than women can. A woman can only have a baby once a year. In most cases, you're having one baby once a year. There's 9 months, you're spending 9 out of a 12-month year pregnant, and you're pushing out one baby. There are multiples, there's twins and triplets, but for the most part, it's one baby in there, okay? And when you're a man and you have, let's say, multiple wives through polygamy, you can have 5 wives, and let's just say you look at me and all of them pregnant within a year. That's 5 children in 1 year. Because men can reproduce at a faster rate than any woman ever can, they are wired by nature to reproduce. They are wired by nature to have a high sperm count, and they're wired mentally by nature to pursue more than one partner. This is not part of them choosing or being trifling and cheating and being womanizing. This is how they are wired. Ooh, it's dark. This is how they are wired. This is how their brain is set up. They are set up mentally to always pursue the opposite gender, to always pursue another partner. They operate in love like women do, but they are mentally set up and wired to love the partners that they are with, but at the same time pursue. There will be men who are in marriages 30, 40 years and still talk to other women, look at other women, be in pursuance of other women. And men, they say, well, men always cheat. It's not that men always cheat. That's how they are wired. This is something they cannot help. They cannot help the fact that they are like this. This is how they are mentally wired. And you cannot fault a man for being a man and being how he is wired. And it's mind-boggling because these women don't get it. Like, these women actually get married to these men and expect this man to be attracted to you and just want to be with only you for the rest of his entire life. And to me, that's unrealistic considering how they're wired. Like, that's like walking up to a child who is 3 years old and handing them a book of arithmetic and expecting them to do all this math when they are not mentally capable of doing so. That is what you're doing to men when you marry them, and you really expect this man to never cheat, never look at another woman, never talk to anybody else, and just be with you for his entire life. Women, on the other hand, we're wired to do that. We can pull that off. We can, if we are treated right and we're treated correctly and we're loved, we can pull that off. We can be one person for the rest of our life because that's how we're wired. Women are wired to be with one partner. Men, by nature, are not. So why are you guys putting these unrealistic expectations on men? If you want to be married to a man, you either need to open your brain, open your scope to polygamy, which is when men have more than one wife so that they can spread their seed and that they can pursue other partners within a circle of women that they're all in a relationship with. Or you need to keep your marriage open for him, your husband, to be able to have other partners besides you. You need to set up parameters where these women are tested for diseases, that he uses protection, and that he is able to freely pursue other women. You cannot expect this man to sit here for 40 years and be married to you and only be with you. That's not how the wiring of a man's brain works. They don't do that. It's something that they just literally are not wired to do. You are putting unrealistic expectations on men when you do that. And we have these women that are these former trad wives who are like, oh my gosh, she left after 40 years. Well, were you allowing him to pursue? Were you open to polygamy to keep him from stepping out of the marriage where he has multiple marriages going on? Were you working with how he naturally is set up and wired as a man? Or you just expect him to be locked down with you for 40, 50 years until you both die? And there are women who say, well, I've been married to my husband for 50, 60, 70 years and he never cheated. No, you didn't find out about it. He cheated somewhere. He looked at someone somewhere. He hooked up with someone somewhere. But you never found out about it. You never cared. One, because this is how men are wired. Either you open up the lines of communication and start talking about polygamy if you are married to someone, or you allow them to be open and you have an open marriage for that man. You cannot expect men not to go out and pursue. They are wired to do that. It's unrealistic and it's not fair. It's not fair to men to have to be locked down for the rest of their life to one partner when they are literally mentally not capable of doing it. And this goes down to people not knowing the nature of men or women. They're not capable of doing that. For you to sit here and expect that, it's not fair to them. And it kind of grinds my gears because I'm looking at these women talking about how these men left them. They probably did because you were not allowing them to be able to be themselves. You weren't. And they left you for a younger woman because they were finally able to pursue and they just left. So I was just listening to something about trad wives. If you want to be a trad wife, by all means be a trad wife. That's something I would like to be as well. And I'm slowly making gains towards that. But when you do, we need to start really pulling in the polygamous mindset back into the train of thought for like our society, because it helps significantly with cheating. Men do not cheat as often if they have, 4 wives, because they have a small pot of women that they're dealing with exclusively. It slows down the progression of cheating, and everybody knows who's involved with everyone. Everybody knows each other, and it makes things easier. I'm open to polygamy because of that reason, and there's other reasons as well. But that's one of them, because men are wired to have more than one partner. So either be polygamous and cater to your man for once, or be open with him cheating and discuss him being open to pursue other women while you are married. So that's all I had to say today. That was on my mind. But tell me what you guys think, and trad wives, chime in. All right. Bye-bye.